Assistant Sheriff Rick Marshall was taken into custody last night along with Nye County Sheriff's volunteer Ben Gulley for charges relating to stolen political signs. According to the declaration of arrest, Stephen Lee, you might know Stephen Lee, he's done some trail rides out here, as well as his father ran for Nye County Sheriff unsuccessfully twice. He also held a fundraiser for Ian Deutsch after his death in 2010. As a trail ride. Stephen is also the president of a political action committee called Elected Ethical Nye County Sheriff. He has a committee, which you've seen the signs around town, called Anybody But Rick for Sheriff. He reported that 40 to 50 of his signs have been stolen. According to the declaration of arrest, Mr. Lee advised that he had been doing surveillance on his signs and had observed Assistant Sheriff Rick Marshall and volunteer Ben Gulley together at Blagg and Mesquite. He advised that he observed Rick Marshall steal one of the Anybody But Rick Marshall signs and throw it on the ground. He then observed Ben Gulley pick up the sign and put the sign into their vehicle. He stated that they went southbound on Blagg with his sign in their possession. The vehicle was located at the intersection of Blagg and Comstock. Deputies conducted a traffic stop. During that stop, Rick Marshall produced an Anybody But Rick Marshall sign and said that he found it on the road and picked it up. An interview was conducted, and Ben Gulley apparently said that Rick Marshall told him to pull the signs up and that he had permission to do so by the owners of the property. According to the report, Gulley also said that he had also pulled additional Anybody But Rick Marshall signs before this incident and did so at Rick Marshall's request. The deputies attempted to place Rick Marshall into handcuffs, advising him that he was under arrest, and he allegedly, according to the report, began to physically resist their efforts. News 46 spoke to Assistant Sheriff Rick Marshall today, who denies these claims. Additionally, during a consent search of the vehicle, an additional 2 Anybody But Rick Marshall signs were allegedly located under Rick Marshall's campaign signs. Ben Gulley was arrested without incident. News 46 spoke to owner of the Maverick Saloon, Jensen, this afternoon.
Every time there's a political campaign going on, people call me. I'm inundated with calls, and they call and ask if they can put their signs up, and I say absolutely. Because I promote anybody, that's running for office of any sort. The only thing I don't approve of is anything negative. And then I'm inundated with calls when people tear the people's signs down or they accuse me for campaigning for a certain person. I'm for everybody out there, for the best man. But I don't want any negative stuff up.
Did you ask for Rick Marshall to remove those signs?
I told Rick Marshall he definitely can remove anything negative. I just want positive. And anybody that's running for sheriff out there, they call me on the phone. If they want to put a sign up, I will give them that permission. If they want to put something up negative, absolutely not. And no one called me and asked me if they could have something negative on my property. So when you don't get permission, get it out. And if it's about you, take it out.
News 46 also spoke to Erik Peterson, who too asked Rick Marshall to remove these campaign signs from his property.
The signs that are on the property were given permission to Rick Marshall to use all of our properties. Nobody else has been given any permission to go on our properties and trespass, which they've done.
News 46 has attempted several times to contact Stephen Lee with no success. We were also told that other people had also removed these Anybody But Rick Marshall signs. The people who removed these told News 46 that they were not aware that it is illegal to remove campaign signs. After speaking with the Nye County District Attorney's Office this afternoon, Brian Coonsey told us that he'll be looking over this case to see what the conflict was, who's all involved, and conducting his own interviews to see if he's referring this to the Attorney General's office. In the meantime, Rick Marshall and Ben Gulley are both out on bail. Assistant Sheriff Rick Marshall has been put on administratively. Ben Gulley was back volunteering for the Nye County Sheriff's Office as of this morning. Rick Marshall is looking at charges relating to resisting arrest and conspiracy to commit a crime. This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 46.